pregame pep talk and speech from Meredith Civico and the Rutgers coaching staff. Both teams had to win on Friday to make this the game that it is, raise it to the stakes that it's at. They were able to do that with multi-goal victories, and now we get to enjoy Northwestern in the whites, Rutgers in the blacks. 60 minutes or maybe more to figure out who is going to be a Big Ten champion. And in the case of Rutgers, if they win today, they also lock up the top seed in the Big Ten tournament in 2 weeks.
Right. There's nothing you want more than lifting a Big Ten regular season, something that we didn't get to do. It'll be the first time doing it at our own field, so that's exciting.
I'll mention the goal scorers that have started for these teams, but you're a defender. How about the goalkeepers for both sides? For Rutgers, talking about Sophia Howard, and for Northwestern, a team that has not given up a goal since the start of the month. Annabelle Skubish has been outrageous.
She's been a great player even when I was playing. She just so dangerous between the posts. Really good keeper, can get down low, make some really good kick clearances. Just an overall great goalkeeper. On the flip side, Sophia Howard's also having a great season as well. She's really stepped up into that position and just really dominating as well.
I mentioned Northwestern. You come to expect greatness from them these last couple of years. National champions 2 years ago, runner-up last year. Rutgers, it's been a more recent run of success. You were a part of it, hoisting the university's first ever Big Ten tournament trophy 2 years ago on this field. But Rutgers, even just last year, they were below 500, and some of the experiences they gained last year have come to play this year.
Right. They were definitely in a building year last year, especially with such a big turnover in the 2021 season. But this team has been awesome. It's just been so fun to watch them, and it just keeps growing as a program. Mayor's doing a great job recruiting and just playing everyone in the right positions. I mean, for the time whenever I played, Guy, number 25, she was playing in the center mid, and now she's playing in the forward role and scoring a crazy amount of goals, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, talking about Guillermina Casarano, she's Rutgers' leader in scoring and one of the Big Ten leaders as well. 12 goals, and in her second year as a captain as just a junior. All along the Rutgers back line, one that is maybe not at the same statistic level as Northwestern, but is just as talented. An even 1 goal allowed per game. But the story really this season for the Scarlet Knights is them being the Cardiac Knights. It feels like every time they step on the field, they play past regulation. Of course, they're perfect on the year. That means they haven't lost after regulation either.
Exactly. I mean, there's been too many overtimes for my liking. But no, I mean, they've just been persevering the whole year. Whether it's ended in a tie and went to overtime, they're finishing when it matters. And okay, maybe that does take to overtime, but that makes it exciting watch for the fans at least.
Yeah, Rutgers 6-0 after regulation, including 3 wins in penalty shootouts. 2 of those coming over good Big Ten schools, Maryland and Michigan. I'll pass along the back line there between the 2 center backs. Runs out, and a quick restart for one of the best freshmen in the Big Ten, number 3, Olivia Bent-Cole. Pass right towards the goal line, and that's steered away. Good offense there from the Wildcats. Tap in looking for Chloe Relford, pardon me, but couldn't steer it in. Now, Northwestern, as good as the defense has been, averaging nearly 3 goals per game.
Yeah, I mean, just a really nice play there from Liv Bent-Cole and a nice touch there, but way to step out there from Sophia Howard and narrow the angle on the shot.
I mentioned it is quite a windy day, sort of swirling. Right now it's going from the far side of the field towards us. Something else to keep in mind is teams trying to play, especially aerials, you'll figure that'll have an impact.
Right. I feel like it's always windy on this field. It's known as being the wind tunnel.
As somebody who's played 100-some-odd games in a
Right.
Rutgers uniform, you'd know better than most. Well, pretty even so far in the opening minutes. Rutgers, the number 4 team in the land. Northwestern standing atop them all at number 1 for the 2nd straight week. And what's been a bit of a topsy-turvy season in college field hockey. A bunch of number 1s have been knocked off. Iowa was at that perch at one point. UNC more recently was at the number 1 spot. Made it fun this year across the country.
Exactly. It's been a lot of turnover, like you said, but between the ACC and the Big Ten, that's where the hockey's at this year, and Big Ten really stepping through right now.
Ava Sakevich winning the whistle for Rutgers. She's one of the additions to this team that has helped raise the level even more, transferring in now a sophomore.
Absolutely. Ava's just a solid player in the midfield. Really just directing the play, being that pivot player. It's fun watching her.
Backhanded ball from Lucy Bannatyne, knocked out at the edge of the circle and now headed the other way. And restart on the back line from Katie Jones, senior on a very veteran Northwestern team. And we caught up during the week with the Wildcats' legendary head coach, Tracy Fuchs. I think every answer she gave us, she used the word consistency. Why has the team been good? Well, we're consistent. The experience sort of lends to that. I have 3 key grad students, 2 handfuls of seniors, and again, they've played through a lot of postseason hockey.
Like you said, a very veteran team.
Taken away by Iris Langayans, Rutgers star at right back.
You can see straight away how physical this game's going to be. Both teams really going for it. A lot of bodies going all over, but the umpires seem to be playing a harsh whistle on that. Don't think that's going to sit today with who we have officiating.
And there's Winter, number 21. A patient here from Rutgers early. Northwestern's forward line loves to press up, and you see Bent Cole there. It's one of the things that Tracy Fuchs compliments most about Bent Cole, as one of the top scorers for freshmen in the country, is that she defends really well too.
She's fast. She's very fast, so you can tell how Northwestern are playing right now. They're almost sitting in a half court, just waiting to step on that play. As you can see, Bent Cole pressing right there. They're trying to catch the ball pretty high and then find the space in behind.
Rutgers retreating. Bent Cole 19 points on this year after being the National High School Player of the Year, according to USA Today a season ago. And playing in his state too, it's worth acknowledging that. From Philly originally, but played at Camden Catholic.
Really nice ball there from Iris Langayans.
Something Rutgers comes to expect from the halfback.
Right.
And Jones, big takeaway. And there's Langayans again. Doesn't play an ordinary halfback role because she has the freedom to do a lot in this offense.
Right. She's quite an attacking defender. There's that harsh whistle immediately from the contact. Yeah, as you can see here, just the body coming through there from Northwestern. Was lucky to get away without getting a card there, right in the middle of the field on an attack.
Yeah, that was Sakevich who got crunched. Mary Driscoll and Ayanna McLean are the referees today. And something worth mentioning too is Northwestern resets defensively. At least not in the lineup. We haven't seen Maya Shavoynovich. She's a huge part of this team, a sophomore, 2-year starter. 9 goals on the year, has been a big part of Northwestern's world beater penalty corner unit. But has missed the last 3 games, told she was a game time decision. Not in the lineup, we'll see if she plays at all. Locked right on the end line. There you go. And you have to watch for Langayans. Casarano sometimes gets involved. She's the inserter here. And Puck Winter at the point, also a threat. And there she is, sharing. Shot knocked down by a flyer, and the second try goes in! Rutgers with the early advantage.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
One team, not just because of the hardware it can hoist, but also because it's Alumni Appreciation Day. Harry, you're a Rutgers alum, former leader of this team, a 5-year starter. Part of that whole morning, a brunch and everything, what was it like?
Yeah, it was just really nice getting to see other alum as well, so being able to share our experiences and just talk as a... Oh, sorry, I got excited with the play there. I lost my trail of thought. Yeah, no, it was just really nice being able to see old faculty, meet up with a few old faces, and of course just, again, I'm getting distracted.
Well, hockey's been pretty good so far.
It's so hard to not get distracted.
Now, Rutgers was looking forward to it as much because of the loyal following that it has from its alumni base, but also because of what happened last year on Alumni Appreciation Day. Similar situation, sort of blustery October day. Dozens of alums came back playing a highly ranked Northwestern team.
Yeah.
And the alums surrounded Rutgers for the fight song chant before the game. That's nodded away from Ben Cole. But they surrounded the huddle, chanted "Are you rah rah," and Rutgers went on to a 1-goal win over a then 3rd-ranked Northwestern, tied for the highest-ranked win in program history.
Exactly. The same thing happened today, so let's hope to reciprocate what happened the last time.
And Rutgers trying to channel that magic. And really, as of late, at least in the regular season, the Scarlet Knights have had the Wildcats numbered. You look at what's happened the last 3 years as Rutgers has risen from middle of the pack in the Big Ten to hanging with the Northwesterns and Iowas. Rutgers has won each of the last 4 meetings in the regular season. Northwestern, it's worth acknowledging, has won the last 2 postseason meetings, including last year, to end Rutgers' season. But on this side of November, Rutgers has been the top dog. So see if history repeats itself today as the whistle goes against Ben Cole, who's been quite active in the first 20. Just 1 shot so far from the Wildcats, came a couple of minutes in from Chloe Relford. That's all. 1 corner, didn't get a shot on it because they struggled to stop the insert, and that's it.
Really nice play there by Rutgers. There's a high press there from Northwestern in the corner, and just to find that overhead into new space. Very creatively done.
We saw Rutgers in the first quarter struggle against this Northwestern high press. And Northwestern's been able to get some of the goals in the run of play that it's earned from that. Not the sort of position where you want to give away the possession in your defensive quarter.
Exactly.
Now in for Northwestern, number 5.
I think Rutgers are doing a better job at transferring the ball, though. They're creating that press coming up into the outsides and then finding new space on the other side.
Here's Langayans, closely watched by Peyton Halsey, another one of those uber veterans, playing in her 104th game as a Wildcat. 5-year starter. And team leader in scoring. And now in the corner, this is stuck. Regan Cornelius trying to get it out of there, the junior. Now every possession is a duel. Rutgers back on it. And they'll reset.
Rutgers just being really smart with the ball, not forcing it.
Well, there's a little bit of that pressure, and it is Halsey that comes up with it. Out wide now for Marshall. She can facilitate. A good poke.
Yeah, good tackle there from Puck Winter. I feel like I just jinxed the team when I said they were moving the ball really well, and then it was just a turnover. But really nice attack here by Lucy Bannatyne.
Looking for some support. She keeps it.
Wow, really nice play there by Lucy.
In the end, can't find an outlet. Had Jadene and Julianne Kopech near possession and couldn't find either.
Had a lot of pressure on her, able to weave her way through that midfield. Was unlucky just to get that bounce there for Marique. You know, you see that full press there from Northwestern, forcing the overhead to come from Aris. And there it is.
Again, breezy day, wind sort of swirling around. Marshall was first to that, but Rutgers now back on it.
Just find that midfield transfer.
There's Vicky Hude trying to play the ball into some open space and finally does. I mean, even in Rutgers' defensive quarter, it's not comfortable.
No. Every time they look up, there's some sort of pressure, and that's what Northwestern's known for.
Hey, how many times do you hear coaches talk about that? Good defense starts with the forward line. Tracy Fuchs said that during the call this week, too. But now can the Wildcats figure it out offensively on this side? And quickly given away, Cornelius lost it. And Rutgers obstructed on that end, so they'll keep it. Sun starting to poke out now through the clouds here in Piscataway. 55 degrees, but everybody bundled up from both sides and happy to be here for this one. Northwestern side cheering for some offense, and maybe they'll find something here as Lindsey Frank plays it out wide. Bent Cole into the circle, immediately double teamed, but wins a corner.
Absolutely.
Midpoint here of the second quarter, Northwestern looking for some momentum after Rutgers scored on a corner in the first. That's better stuff, and it slid away. Howard covered her goal line very well.
Yeah, really nice flick here. Looks like it got a deflection on the way through that just forced it wide.
Yeah, Ilsa Tromp, the star freshman on the Northwestern back line, who, like Puck Winter for Rutgers, is involved on corners, got involved there, as did Sophia Howard.
Sophia. Should be another corner coming over the top of the stick there. There's no reason to argue that. But again, just the forehand pressure, need forehand pressure at the top of the circle there on that initial shot. But you'll just see here, Liv Van Cole drew the foul on Indy Venek.
3 saves for Sophia Howard, 2 of them coming in rapid succession here.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Sloppy, but that's how you get out of that purple patch.
I don't think I've heard a single, as a New
Never
Jersey,
heard of purple patch?
never heard of it before.
Maybe it's a Northern Irish term.
Maybe.
It's my international slang coming out.
Yeah, Rutgers is in a little bit of a purple patch, it seems like, in this second quarter. Hasn't registered a shot, 2 green cards, and still down a player with Bannatyne off. A little bit of room out there for the Wildcats, and Wattis is on it.
It's a good tackle.
Pocket picked cleanly.
That's Indy Van Eck back on again after getting that card.
Yeah, good work from somebody in Van Eck who was one of Rutgers' top scorers this season ago.
That was a really nice play there from Aris. Just faking the overhead.
Carly Snarsky will send it all the way back. And Bannatyne back on, so we're back to even. No shots there on the green card for Northwestern.
Here she goes.
good backhand. Looking for the last pass for Jadene, who finds it. It's knocked down by Skubish. And there's the corner.
Hold it for the corner. There it is.
And so advantage ended, but Rutgers does earn its second corner. Jadene from the point, down to the goal line. It stops, and there's the corner. So we've seen Rutgers shoot from the point. We've seen them go back down to the goal line, and now Jadene denied immediately by Skubish.
Yeah, deciding to go the opposite way that time, aiming for the right post, which is picked off.
2 saves for the member of the U21 U.S. national team, Annabelle Skubish. And kick that away, too. And stays in. Good work there by Trump. And Northwestern's defense had its shutout streak ended in the first quarter after a full month of shutout hockey. But stands tall there on a couple of corners as we hit the final minute now of this first half.
And crash ball coming in there.
And Rutgers will play the final minute of this first half. A player up. Lindsey Frank shown a green.
4 cards in this quarter.
Casarano, that was chipped in and seemed interesting.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a high ball from Lucy. I'm not sure if it was called for height or if it hit a back stick on the way through. Any ball that's not below knee height going into the circle, they're going to automatically call anyway. Yeah, good high press there from Rutgers, forcing the turnover. 30 seconds, Rutgers will be looking for an outcome in the circle.
So slink it along. Here's the freshman Olivia Beatty. And it goes out over the end line. That'll do it for the first half. Well, if you're watching and wearing scarlet, you got to be happy with this first half.
I mean, I'm pretty happy.
Spoken as a Rutgers alum right there. Northwestern drew 2 corners in the second quarter. That's where they derive a lot of their goals, and so it feels like if the Wildcats can get back to those situations, they've got a great chance for the equalizer.
Absolutely.
A huge day for both programs. Huge day at Rutgers, too. Rutgers women's soccer at 1 o'clock will play, of all teams, Northwestern. Both teams looking for the full 3 points there to make it to the Big Ten tournament. Rutgers volleyball at 3 o'clock takes on Illinois inside Jersey Mike's Arena. So a massive tip of the cap to our crew, the full-timers, the students who are putting together 3 broadcasts on Big Ten Plus this morning and afternoon to give coverage to all of these outstanding teams in the Big Ten. But this is the big one. Greg Schiano, Rutgers football coach, yesterday after the Scarlet Knights clinched bowl eligibility, shouted out Rutgers field hockey. So everybody's got their eyes on this one. Yeah, credit to those guys, too. It's a big year. 6 wins for Rutgers football. Now they get to enjoy a bye week this week, knowing they'll be playing in December sometime.
Back in for Northwestern, number 21, Lindsey Frank.
Well, for Rutgers, it has played number 1 teams before, but it has never, in its 50 years of field hockey, beaten the number 1 team. And it leads those Wildcats at the break and now has a little bit of a break. And just as quickly snuffed out.
Back stick called there.
And there's Nicholas driving it all the way back to Winter, and Olivia Bent-Cole back to pressuring the center backs. And there's another takeaway outside the circle. Wildcats love that, but have struggled to turn that into real momentum offensively. Good connection to Peyton Halsey right in the middle of the field and immediately taken away. Carly Snarsky, a fifth-year senior, got on top of it. And now Longa Jans couldn't run that down. And you can hear the wind gusting once again, 10, 15 miles an hour on this windy field. Cole, I caught a leg. Oh, we're headed the other way.
Yeah, it looked like the ball ended up popping up there. That could have went either way. If there was a replay on it, I'd be able to tell a little more, but looked like a little bit of a pop-up.
Yeah, so much so that Longa Jans has to relace.
Yeah, there's space now for Livbank Cole to go.
3v3.
Yeah.
Corner. Quick stuff there from Peyton Halsey to get Northwestern in its favored position.
Yeah, just called for the stick tackle.
Back to Marshall, another fifth year to insert. Here's Wadis, doesn't get through.
Really nice running there. I believe that's Olivia Beatty that ran that ball down.
Yep, it
Here's
was.
the counter attack away here. Bridie Monolo on the breakaway.
Great backtracking from Katie Jones. Molyneux had a 2-on-2 at the very least.
Oh, and they turned it over to be a Rutgers ball.
Yeah, I think there's discontent from both sides in the stands at that. Northwestern thought it had the ball. Rutgers wanted to continue. And now here's Longa Jans. A credit to Olivia Beatty, the freshman from your neck of the woods, Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Coming up with a big stop as the flyer.
Just really good first running from Olivia, like just really cricket bat, run right down the barrel. Way to stop that hit. Nice breakaway from Rutgers as well.
Olivia Beatty is somebody that has been on Meredith Civico's radar for a while. Played club hockey back home for the mother of one of your great friends, Katie Larmore.
Yeah. Played at Belfast Harlequins.
And this past summer as well, Katie Larmore, who was part of that Rutgers 2021 Big Ten tournament title team. Katie played with Beatty
with Olivia, right?
And was sending text messages throughout the summer back to the coaching staff saying, hey, I can't wait till she's playing with you guys because she's been great. And now she's been an everyday starter for RU.
Katie wasn't too pleased in the last broadcast how I was saying her last name. She told me I was being too American with how I said her last name. Instead of saying Larmor, I was saying Larmore. So she'll be happy to hear that I corrected that on the air.
As a Jerseyan myself, I shudder to think what she's thought of Larmore all these years.
Yeah, exactly. 6 years of it as well.
Zakevich, and she'll send it all the way back. Mentioned that these two teams have had some wars of games as of late. Rutgers has won the last 4 meetings in the regular season. Northwestern has ended Rutgers' Big Ten tournament run twice in the last 3 years, including ending Rutgers' season last year in the opening round of the conference tournament.
Yeah.
So a reason for both sides to be displeased with the other, let's say. And lots of players on both sides who have been around long enough to remember those battles. At Northwestern, you've got players who have played more than 100 games in the white and purple. Marshall, Halsey, 2 of them. Longa Jans harassed.
Oh, that's the right idea there. Yeah, a lot of physicality again in that center position.
Again, looking for Julianne Kopech, who's been something of a super sub for Rutgers. A transfer from Temple, has scored 3 goals this season.
In for Northwestern, number 6, Peyton Halsey, number 12, Greta Hinkey,
And there's Indy Van Eck taking it away.
Nice ball in.
Looking for the
Guillermin on
angle.
it.
Casarano sharing it in the circle, is trying to find Bannatyne, and Tromp comes away.
Nice counterattack. Chance there for Northwestern, just couldn't connect there.
And Beatty all the way back. Peyton Halsey, the intended recipient.
Good composure by Rutgers, just moving that ball again.
Been a challenge for Northwestern to gain much possession on this side of midfield.
Yeah. See the gap starting to open up now with a lot of turnover from both teams. Lifted ball in, it's going to be coming out.
Northwestern, beyond the record, 14-1. I mean, they have dominated a lot of the teams that they have played. 10 of their 14 wins have been by multiple goals. There's a reason why they're the #1 team in the country.
Right.
Now, especially in a sport, too, where there are so many really good teams. Sometimes the margin is just as important as the result.
It's a good tackle. The diving effort there from Indy Van Eck. She was not taking that lightly.
Putting it all on the line
Absolutely.
there, trying to keep Rutgers in front. Van Eck known for her offense, but in this third quarter, it's been the defense where she stood out. Longueon's lifting it over the Northwestern bench.
Yeah. That's a great tackle there. Nice little roll finish as well.
Graceful.
Oh, for the dramatics.
Good ball to spring Jordan Carr.
Oh, and another defensive effort there from Lucy Bannatyne. She's known for that as well. Loves diving.
You can see
see it
how
right
much
here.
it means.
Yeah.
That's still in at the end line, and Northwestern will have it out top.
In for Northwestern, number 16, Lauren Hudson.
Northwestern, some sustained possession around the circle, trying for a corner. They don't have it.
Good touch by Lucy. Really nice play there. Good follow-up tackle there from Marique. And hitting the ball away. Harsh whistle.
Look for number 22, Lucy Bannatyne. Another one known for her goal scoring, but she comes up with the biggest play defensively.
Absolutely. Like you said, the emotions, nothing's getting through.
Zakavage dispossessed. Here's Halsey. She's cut off and can't roof it. One of the few times that Peyton Halsey has had an angle to shoot. In fact, it's her first shot of the day.
Yeah. Honestly, I was lucky not to be a long hit there with the touch. It looked like there was a touch off Rutgers, but didn't get called. Can't give any space inside that circle, though. Really nice play out of there by Eva. Again, Northwestern are trying to trap inside the pockets, so they have 2 or 3 around the ball, and that's what happened with the last play, how they got that goal-scoring opportunity.
Longueon's connecting it down the line until Bannatyne mishandled it. And now Northwestern ball under 90 seconds to go before the fourth quarter. Wildcats trying to tie this game after Rutgers scored midway through the first quarter on a penalty corner. With both teams 6-0 and only one game left in the Big Ten, somebody's going to be hoisting the Big Ten championship today. If it's Rutgers, it would be the first Big Ten regular season title in program history. Mangayans again trying to get open. Deflected. That was Relford. And Bannatyne
Really
again
nice
just playing
play.
to space. Easier than said than done playing under duress.
Yeah. I mean, way to find her way out of that pressure. But you can start to see Northwestern's really starting to apply that pressure, but with that, when the forwards go, there's a lot of space in the midfield that Rutgers need to start finding.
Big Ten regular season title for Northwestern, looking for the longest winning streak in program history and some more hardware to add to a packed trophy case. With the 2021 Big Ten Tournament MVP, Carrie Burns, I'm Dom Savino. Carrie, you've been in big games on this field for both sides. What are the emotions at this point?
It's a lot.
I'm sure.
it's a lot, but for the most part, you can't really take on that pressure. You just keep doing what your coach is telling you to do. Stick to the game plan, keep your head down, and the game's not over till the final horn goes.
Northwestern, a team that has won 6 regular season Big Ten titles. Of course, national champions 2 years ago. But Rutgers has been giving them everything and more here in this one. And the stats are even. 6 shots each, 4 on target each.
Oh, a nice ball through.
That was slipped in by Sakevich.
Took a tip on the way through from Northwestern. It's going to be a long hit.
Rutgers would love some insurance.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best you can do. You just keep playing. A lot of teams tend to just work on their defense and just sit back whenever they have a 1-0 lead. But keeping that pressure up and keeping it a game is what you have to do. You have to get that second goal. Just recognize the stretch from these Northwestern forwards, creating that big gap in the inside. They're looking for that breakaway.
Yeah, Olivia Bent-Cole and Chloe Relford leaking down the field. And now here's some space for the Wildcat attack, and it misses Relford. That's the spot you want for one of your good scorers.
Absolutely. There's a great ball in, just couldn't get the trap. That could have been very dangerous for Rutgers.
And that one of the most eye-popping moments on offense for Northwestern this side of halftime. I mean, the big flurry came on the corners in the second quarter, and not a ton else after that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big opportunity. Sometimes it's that pressure of just trapping the ball can get to you in those last final minutes. Ooh.
And this is a prolific Northwestern attack. Bent-Cole, one of the reasons why. Looking for a foot, doesn't find it. Play on, save made. Oof. Lauren Wattis turned around and ripped one on target.
Yeah, really good advantage played by the umpire there. A lot of people were expecting the corner to be called off the initial foot, but she played the whistle and allowed the shot to get off.
And impressive. Sophia Howard was able to track that even
Yeah.
for her 5th save of the day.
It's very easy for a goalkeeper also to turn off in those situations when you think it's going to be a different call.
It's back in. Howard slides it away. And here's the life we've come to expect from the Northwestern offense. Aaliyah Marshall, the latest on the shot.
Oh, that's going to be a corner. Yeah.
You had it. Sophia Howard, 6 saves, trying to protect the clean sheet and the lead. Set up for Tromp, and she scores! Backboard equalizer.
Western.
Ilsa Tromp, who was a starter from nearly day one on this ridiculously experienced Northwestern team. It's her 5th goal of the season. I don't know that any quite as big as that. And we are all square in the 4th quarter.
It's a game.
Tromp, a first year from the Netherlands. Tracy Fuchs said it took her a couple of weeks to get acclimated, not just to college hockey in the States, but also to our terminology. I mean, English not her first language. Well, that she's more comfortable now here in late October. And the performance is showing up in the numbers and the way she plays. Now for Northwestern, a sigh of relief. For Rutgers, they've been guarding a lead for the better part of 50 minutes now.
Yeah. I mean, Northwestern are definitely picking it up. You can start to see they're starting to connect a lot better on the attack side anyway. Rutgers have went a little quiet.
I'll give assists on that goal to Lauren Hunter and Aaliyah Marshall. For Marshall, she extends her Big Ten lead. Now her 15th assist. For Hunter, that's assist number 5. Let's see if Rutgers can shift back into an even more attack mind.
I think they just need to start building the play again. I mean, it's very difficult with Northwestern just applying so much pressure. Those quick restarts.
Wattis got slowed up. And so she restarts.
Interesting 5 yards initially.
Oh, another corner. It hit Beatty's foot just inside the circle. All of a sudden, Northwestern's offense has come alive.
I mean, if I were Northwestern, don't fix what's not broken. The corner just worked for them once. Also see Liv Bancole here set up on that L1, looking for a possible deflection coming in.
Marshall drives it. There's Tromp again, looking for the tip in, but it's a foul against Northwestern, and Rutgers restarts instantly. Whistle against Northwestern. Well, at least the Scarlet Knights knew what they wanted to do there. The outlet pass came at the same second as the whistle it fell.
It looked like they trained that.
A new life for Northwestern. We've been talking about Rutgers being the cardiac Knights. Northwestern taking a while, but finally in the 49th minute breaking through for the game tire after trailing for nearly 40 minutes of game action as Langayans takes it away. Oh, big stop. Casarano. One to beat. She does. Back tackle. Wow. What a wipeout by Katie Jones. Picking the pocket of Casarano on a break.
Really nice skill, but that was a great recovery run there by Katie Jones. That's the last person you want on a ball inside the circle.
Casarano has scored 12 times this season. She has been Rutgers' engine on the attack. And, I mean, in that intervention, you're risking giving away a stroke if you mess that up.
Exactly. It's a risky tackle, but she took that cleanly.
One of the saves of the day for either side, regardless of position, coming right there from Katie Jones.
Five yards. Yeah, another card.
And Bent Cole sent away for 2 minutes, to the delight of those wearing scarlet and the discontent of those wearing purple.
Yeah, you can see she thought that coming from behind there that she was set up 5.
So she'll come back on at about the 5-minute mark in this game. Rutgers a player up. Scarlet Knights have not recorded a shot yet in this fourth quarter. It'll stay with Hunter.
In for Northwestern, number 6, Peyton Halsey, and number 17,
It's a Cavage getting in there, and she wins it as Wattis knocks her down. And Rutgers will send some numbers forward here. They can be comfortable in this situation. Up a player.
Yeah, you can see that Northwestern have dropped. They're dropped right into the 25 right now, giving Rutgers space to transfer the ball and find new space.
Langayans. Nutmeg. Stop before the circle. How often do you see Langayans trying to win corners there, but she didn't get inside the circle?
Yeah, she went for a crash ball. Typically, she likes to go in along the baseline, but
Rutgers will try the opposite side. That took a Northwestern deflection. Casarano back to Hooray and very nearly linked it. And that should just about do it on the Bent Cole green card. Yep, and she's up back to even strength as Relford comes on in her place.
in for Northwestern, number 13, Chloe Relford, and number 21, Lindsay Frank.
Well, I mentioned these two teams have been in some wars as of late. In the Big Ten tournament last year, it took OT before Lauren Wattis won it on a penalty. Could we be headed back to that post-regulation time where everybody will be stressed? Big run down the sideline. Marshall finally stopped, but she'll keep it. Received in the circle, ripped away.
yeah, good tackle there from Polly. Just so composed on the ball. Yeah. Just obstruction there on Indy Van Eck.
Deflected by Halsey. Northwestern keeping up that high forward line pressure that has rewarded them so much today. And there it is again. Mongion's forced back and can't keep it in for Bannatyne. Now the moments right now that can determine a team's story.
Yeah, well
Playing
won.
in crunch time.
Definitely a foot there that just missed.
Oh, into the circle. Everybody with their hands up. Relford stonewalled by Howard. Rutgers wanted a foul. Northwestern wanted a corner. In the end, Chloe Relford very nearly gave Northwestern the lead. And now Bent Cole back on the field and back on the attack. All herself in the circle, shoots it wide.
Yeah, so that last play, there was initial foot outside of the 25. That's why Rutgers had their hands up, that this our near side umpire didn't necessarily see. So Rutgers all kind of froze expecting the ball, and then Northwestern playing that ball across. Got very lucky there. Look at this press from Northwestern. Really good composure from Rutgers to find out of that. A lot of bodies.
And Hooray sends it along the line. And Northwestern with Relford will drive it in. Final 100 seconds of regulation in a game where Rutgers led for almost 40 minutes. Northwestern tying it midway through the fourth quarter. Both the goals coming on penalty corners from defenders. Paulina Nicholas for Rutgers, Ilsa Tromp for Northwestern. And now here's Lucy Bannatyne with some room. Northwestern gets time to recover. It was great defense from Greta Hinke, a first-year starter. Lifted ball, dangerous from Rutgers.
A lot of space in behind here.
And it finds Halsey, the veteran. Still time in regulation. Bent Cole.
Great tackle.
Knocked away by Longuillons. What defense from the All-American.
End to end there. That is exact same tackle we just had from Katie Jones at the other end. Like you said, could have went either way. Really good composure in there. "23 seconds.
Halsey keeping up the pressure. It goes out, down to 15. Maybe one last something from Northwestern. Stopped in front by Longuillons. And we are headed to overtime with more room to roam. And we are underway. If Rutgers wins, not only will it be a Big Ten championship, the first regular season one since joining the Big Ten, Rutgers would also, because it's already beaten Maryland, it would lock up the #1 seed and the first round bye in the Big Ten tournament. Northwestern has to play Maryland next week, so they can't guarantee that today. But at the very least, it would be hoisting Big Ten hardware for the first time in almost a decade. So good on the national stage, but in Big Ten action, Northwestern has been second a couple of times lately. And it's the Wildcats with the early chance. Greta Hinke right at the top of the circle, quickly knocked off it.
Again, Polly on the ball, just so composed, coming up with that tackle.
Both teams on historic runs. Rutgers has won all 15 games it's played this year. It hadn't even started a season half as well as it has this year. 15 in a row. Northwestern lost on day one of the regular season, and that's it. 14-1, tied for the longest winning streak in program history. And for Rutgers, overtime game number 7. For Northwestern, just their second past regulation. And Rutgers playing it forward. Sakavage was the closest. So for the Wildcats, you might say, well, they haven't played in overtime as much. They're less experienced in these moments. The only overtime game, a win over Boston College for Northwestern's first win of the year. Look back to last season, though, run to the national championship game. The first 2 NCAA tournament games went to penalty shootouts.
Just look who's free in the circle, though.
Now Leah Marshall carrying in, and that pass
corner.
doesn't get to Bent Cole, but maybe she'll get a chance on this corner.
Yeah, you can just tell by that breakaway there. She's creating the height. You can see that they were looking for her on the inside, ready for that tip on the inside, and then just unfortunately played that ball over the end line for Olivia Beatty.
So, of course, with fewer players on the field, the corner staves are pared back a little bit too. For Rutgers, defending just 3 flyers and the goalie.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more space, but then again, you don't necessarily have all players up for Northwestern. You can see they're taking a little bit of a gamble and having 5 people up, so they have 1 back. Rutgers will want to transfer this fast if they get it out.
Insert for Marshall. Up to the point. Bent Cole. She'll take it. Improvising. Rutgers gets it back.
Yeah, again, just a mistrap from Northwestern. See, Rutgers are trying to play fast here. Not necessarily set up.
Yeah, it was still ripping off the headgear before, by the time the ball was played in. So twice today we've seen Northwestern get nothing on corners.
I mean, they've got their 1 goal from corners.
Now see if the Wildcats get another chance. You would figure.
It's the thing with overtime. You pick and choose your moments. Really important just to keep possession, run the other team, and then when you're ready to take your chance, you go for it. You can see Rutgers just keeping possession right now, picking the right time to move.
Puck Winter, the center back, carrying into the circle and finally stopped. Nobody stepped to her.
You don't typically expect your center back to run through in overtime. But that was a nice play. Northwestern didn't know whether to step or not.
And Puck Winter, not the ordinary center back. Second on the team with 8 goals. Most of those have come off corners. Trying to make an impact on the offensive side in the run of play. And Longuillons, we say this every game, she's everywhere.
Literally. She's one of the most athletic people I've ever met. You can see Rutgers trying to build an attack up here on the left. You can see Iris has now ended up on the forward line.
Yeah, that was Iris Longuillons trying to knock it down in a position of a forward or attacking mid. And Casarano sliding back onto the field after a quick breather herself. Katie Jones, she's been a star on the Northwestern defense today, trying to spin it in, and Winter spins it right back out. Down the line, Halsey keeps it in. And the foul goes against Wattis. Lauren Wattis, somebody to watch here in extra time. Clutch player. He's been an all Big Ten, an all tournament team honoree in both the Big Ten and NCAA tournaments in her career. A couple of years ago, had the game-winning goal late to send Northwestern to the Final Four in that national championship year. Mentioned she's been red hot lately too. And there's Tromp, the goal scorer, playing it out of the circle. Good handling. Marshall staying on it. Longuyon stride for stride and bumped into her.
Yeah, just need to be really careful. The last thing you want to do in overtime is get a card. Just being really disciplined, controlling your body. I know that's hard whenever you're tired, especially after playing full regulation.
Hinkie circulating it around to Halsey. Peyton Halsey trying to play for Olivia Bent-Cole.
Good touch.
And here's Casarano with some room. She's 1v3.
Yeah, again, oof. That looked like a bad tackle, but okay.
A hard challenge from Katie Jones.
Really
and now
nice
Iris
ball.
Longuyon has space.
Oh, it's a hard touch she had there. Oh, really nice, Iris.
Play on, Rutgers ball. Clean defending from Hinkie to knock it away. Frustration from both sides with how this turned out.
Really nice initial ball there from Guy. It was unfortunate that Iris had such a heavy touch in there. But again, makes up for it. That aggressiveness on the forward line is exactly what you need. It's going to take a chance like that.
Northwestern, number 2, Lauren Waters.
With all of the overtime games that Rutgers has played, it's played more than a full game time of OT. So experience in these situations as Bannatyne carries in, and she's called for the whistle.
Yeah, she's called for an elbow. I would say it was pretty even though there with the elbows. Northwestern definitely didn't want them to get past, and
Ilsa Tromp was going to do everything she could to ward off Lucy Bannatyne. Yeah, think about that, though. Rutgers has played to shootouts 3 times, has played to double OT a couple times. It's more than an extra game's worth of experience in these situations.
yeah.
There's the backhand opening, kick save from Howard.
Nice save there by Soph. Way to keep an eye on it. Really nice opportunity there from Northwestern.
Yeah, Peyton Halsey. Veterans are coming out to play in OT.
Good tackle by Guy. Win the foul. Quick restart.
Longuyons.
1v2. 1v3.
Bent-Cole flying back in with that track star speed.
Wow, they turned over the ball there because the ball wasn't set in the right spot. You're going to notice the matchup here with Aris and Liv Bent-Cole happening again.
Final minute of this first OT. If we don't find a goal, we've got another 10-minute stanza coming up after this. Marshall saves it. Stressful stuff there from Aaliyah Marshall. Jones tripped up by Longuyons. Somehow she still has it. Squeaks in for Wattis. Lauren Wattis
Good
deflected.
touch. Yeah, good block tackle there from Puck. It's getting real close to the player. Got the tip off that. You'll see it here. She just got nice and close. Got a stick in on it.
Puck Winter there. 15 seconds. Zakevich stopping Marshall.
Yeah, and she'll just hold on to it here for the time to run out.
Overtime number 2 coming up in a couple of moments. And the stats back up your observations. Since the start of the 4th quarter, all 9 shots in the game have come from Northwestern. Rutgers' last shot was in the 3rd period. Sophia Howard, Rutgers' star goalkeeper, has made 9 saves today. And it's Rutgers with the first possession in OT number 2, and quickly stopped by Greta Hinkie. Along the line, here's Lindsay Frank, the grad transfer.
Yeah, good tackle. Oh, it's definitely the other way. The Northwestern foot, but the umpire called something different.
Yep, Northwestern ball to start. Wildcats, a team that haven't lost since the opening day of this season. Rutgers, a team that plainly has not lost this year. 15-0 for the Scarlet Knights, 14-1 for Northwestern. Big Ten trophy sitting along the sidelines is getting a little lonely at this point. Mangians trying the aerial. Casarano was behind the last defender, but Tromp stood in the way. Leah Marshall assisted on the equalizer from Tromp a little while ago. And she's edged off the ball by the Rutgers goal scorer, Paulina Nicholas. That goal was way back 10 minutes into the game, and it feels like eons ago.
Oof.
Good handling, keeping it in. The freshman Olivia Beatty finding Iris Longayans, and now Lucy Bannatyne. Bannatyne trying to shuffle it in. Yes, corner awarded to Rutgers. Short, Winter sweeping, kicked away by Skubish. Second try, whiffed on by Bannatyne.
I think the first call came off a foot right there, off the rebound from the goalkeeper.
In for Northwestern, number 6, Peyton Halsey.
Annabelle Skubish, her 4th save of the game. Rutgers trying to set up one of their biggest threats on corners, Puck Winter. Meredith Civico says Winter's got a rocket of a shot off corners. Sometimes she says they stand behind the net, behind the goal, and even then they sort of cower from the shot because of how much velo she gets.
Good double team there from Rutgers.
A persistent run from Lauren Wattis, who's finally stopped.
In for Rutgers, number 7, Marie Jadene.
Longayans with Jadene just onto the field and now in possession.
Nice overlap there from Aris.
Running 1v2 and slowed up. Greta Henke mentioned her a couple times later in this game, replacing Kayla Blass. First-year starter, she's been a rock, Tracy Fuchs says. Longayans back in. Jadene cut off.
Yeah, it was just a stick tackle coming from behind from Marie, just to the reach. Any tackle like that, an umpire's going to call it immediately.
In for Northwestern, number 3, Olivia Bent-Cole.
Rutgers seem to be coming up with more opportunities, though, this the second overtime.
Big ball for Bent Cole that she can't track down. Olivia Bent Cole might be one of the fastest players in college field hockey. I think you could take might out of that sentence, too. Is one of the fastest players in college field hockey. Starring this year for Northwestern, #1 recruit in the country. Led Camden Catholic in South Jersey to its first state title in nearly 4 decades a season ago. And trying to lead her new team, the top-ranked Northwestern Wildcats, to their first Big Ten championship in close to a decade. Jones
In for Northwestern.
taking advantage of the space that she's given. There's Chloe Relford into the circle, wiped out.
Call for a back stick.
Olivia Bent-Cole a little too close on that restart.
In for Rutgers, number 22, Lindsay French.
Umpires are being pretty nice actually in overtime. I feel like there should have been a few cards for 5 yards and a few tackles, but it's tough giving a card when it's already 6v6.
Now you see all the room. Rutgers playing Longueuillons into a little bit of it. And she's whistled there. She tried to clip it around Jones.
Ball is just a little too high.
Well, if we don't find a goal from either side in the next 3.5 minutes, we go to a penalty shootout. Good spin by Jones. Wants to end it right here. And she's run off. You have to consider the exhaustion at this point, too.
Right, there's Kitty Jones just signaling. Get me off, coach.
Jones
Give me a breather.
she's played 68 minutes today. Katie Jones has on defense. It's late in the season. There's just one more Big Ten game left in the regular season for both sides.
2v1 here.
Sakavage with Bannatyne ahead. Stumbling, still in. Tromp saves it. Sakavage pounces on it. Well, maybe the back end of a busy Big Ten weekend, but teams running on fumes, trying to find that Big Ten prize.
That's corner.
That was right on the edge of the circle. Ooh. No.
I'm calling it outside the circle.
No disputing it hit Wadis. Both teams have their referrals. We haven't seen a single review today. Beatty.
Skills.
Casarano. Other way.
Yeah, she corrected her decision.
Whoa. That is Rutgers' ball. Ayanna McLean turning around the whistle there. So Rutgers back on it with less than 2 minutes in the second overtime period.
Really nice
Spinning.
play.
Nicholas
Another
wins a corner.
Nicholas has been having an outstanding game today.
Short. Winter shares. Back pass. Puck Winter shoots, knocked away. Scoobish was alert. One of the best goalkeepers in the country, Annabelle Scoobish, all over it. And another corner. Again, Casarano drives it in. Winter sweeps it herself. It's wide. Bannatyne was looking for the deflection. Inches away. Instead, under a minute to go. And Sakavage down in a heap. Northwestern ball.
Rutgers with a card.
Yeah, Lauren Wadis got wiped out.
I believe that was Eva Sikovic that got the card there.
Yep.
Yellow, or are my eyes deceiving me?
Number 13 on Rutgers, Ava Sikovic.
I missed it. To be totally truthful. No, it is Ava Sakavage. It is a yellow.
Yeah.
So Rutgers down a player for these last 30 seconds. Now just trying to get to a penalty shootout.
Oh, another card for number 2 on Northwestern for hitting the ball away after the call.
Yeah, it's on Wadis.
23 seconds.
Even more room out on the turf. for a heroic moment. Beatty
Yellow card assist to number 2 of Northwestern.
steered off by Marshall. 9 seconds. Bannatyne into the circle, warded off.
5 seconds.
Nicholas into the circle, right on the fringe. Back
And
pass.
time.
We're going to a
Oof.
shootout. For Northwestern, it's the first penalty shootout since the second round of the NCAA tournament last year. And it'll be Peyton Halsey, the 5th year, to take the first one. Looking for the angle and gets it around Sophia Howard. 1-0 Northwestern. First for Rutgers, Puck Winter. Skubish trying to stop her. The
Great
score
finish.
and the trip.
Oh, wow.
Lauren Wattis, so clutch in her career, poked away.
One called a foot coming out. Big save by Sophia Howard there. I believe she actually may have got a stick onto the foot.
Chance for Rutgers to gain an advantage. Here's Iris Longayans. Spins
And
strikes.
scores.
2-1 Rutgers after 2. Frank has not scored a goal yet this year. Gets to the backhand.
Oh, and a great
flips it
save from
wide.
Sophia Howard. Wow. Able to react so fast.
Marique Jadonnet now. Looking for the forehand. Skubish
what a
crawling, but
finish.
can't save it. And it's Olivia Bent-Cole, the freshman. Gets the angle and keeps Northwestern alive. Northwestern still needs to stop. Here's Paulina Nicholas, the goal scorer earlier, poked away. She can retrieve it. And it's stopped. Skubish with her first save. Hard charging line from Sophia Howard, trying to stop, and she cannot. And Lane Herbert converts it. Stands in with a chance to win it for Rutgers. To the backhand. Spinning, stopped. Second try, it's good! Ring the bells! Rutgers, Sakavich's penalty shootout goal reversed. The trophy remains on
Wow.
ice.
Looks like Puck Winter up
Yep,
again.
and so we're into the 6th round now. Puck Winter, who made the first Rutgers shot of the shootout, will go first.
And stick tackle.
Stopped. 1 second.
She's going to refer
Stonewall.
for the stick tackle. Yeah, she's going to refer for the stick tackle on the initial. It should be a stroke.
And now Peyton Halsey, a chance to win the championship for Northwestern. Shooting, scoring, and now the Wildcats have won a share of the Big Ten championship. What a turn of events in the shootout. For Northwestern, they don the Big Ten champion shirts. It's their first regular season title in at least a decade. And they are champions at least a share of the Big Ten with this 2-1 win in a shootout here in Jersey.